Well, there is a Trump doctrine now. And if people have been followed in the past, our history, we have doctrines. The Monroe Doctrine back in the 19th century was saying anything that happens in the Western Hemisphere, in the Caribbean, that's our business and we will fuck with you. Then there was the Bush Doctrine. The Bush Doctrine was like, if you harbor terrorists, we will treat you like a terrorist yourself. Now we have the Trump Doctrine, which is, I think, as much of a departure as any doctrine a president has ever promulgated. Because what he is saying is, and I'll give you some of the quotes, is in the end, the so-called nation builders wrecked far more nations than they built. This is his speech in Riyadh. Interventionists were intervening in complex societies that they did not even understand. Now, I got to say, this is something people on the left said about Vietnam. Societies we did not even understand. We said it about Iraq. What are we doing here? But Trump is basically saying, we don't give a shit about what your morality is. And again, it's a hard one for people on the left to argue with because they're the ones who say America's so evil. So his doctrine is basically, you do you. We all love money. We all love money, and we're not going to lecture you or hector you anymore about your morals.
The lecture thing.
You want to cut off somebody's head, a reporter's head with a bone saw? We all have our peccadillos. That's his doctrine.
I talked to someone in the Trump administration yesterday about all of this, and they said literally what you just said. They said, quote, this person, Trump isn't going over there to lecture. He's going over there to do deals. This person described it.
Yeah, I got to agree with everything that was said there. It does appear that peace through trade instead of war, that is definitely the way to go. We have a long trading relationship with China. There's all this talk about war and going to war with China. But what keeps the peace is all the trade we do. So this doctrine of, hey, look, we shouldn't, on the one hand, look at China. There's a lot of human rights violations and a lot of traditions in their communist country. We've never thought about changing how they act in order to do business and trade with them, right? But with all these other Middle Eastern countries, these Islamic countries, we've decided, we're going to pick and choose winners. But we've got to get out of the business of picking and choosing winners. And we've encouraged Iran, Russia, and a lot of these countries who use terrorism to be a means of like an economy, if you will, to fund their government. If we start giving them apples and oranges to trade with, the thing is, what made America's concept work so well is because we incorporated our religion into our government in a way that that kind of solidified and made what we did in our government stick. They do not. They keep the two separate. And if there's a conflict, their religion wins out. So if you want to solidify your government and you're a very religious nation, you need to have that religious part be the glue of your foundation of your principles in your government that you write out. But I think trade through peace through trade is definitely the way. All right, so you're on the ground with Political Decode. I was your host, Johnny Caruso. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the video and check out all our other amazing videos. I'm out.
And finally, new rule, Americans must get over the fantasy they have that they are a people of core convictions and deeply held beliefs. They're not. They only care which side is saying something. Let me give you 10 million examples. This car used to be fire. Now it's on fire. Back when Elon Musk was presumed liberal, liberals loved electric cars and conservatives hated them. Then Elon went MAGA, and while the car market grew by 10% last month, sales of electric vehicles were down 5%, and not just Teslas, all EVs. Conversely, MAGA Nation used to hate EVs. 2 years ago, 71% of Republicans said they would not consider buying an electric car. Trump said they were for, quote, radical left fascists, Marxists, and communists. Now he's selling them on the White House lawn.
Ooh, a McLaren, Wow. This is a really, really nice car.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, I mean, like, what are you?
Everything's computer.
That's right, Tarzan. Everything's computer. Computer good now. And Elon's Cybertruck? That's now the official automobile of the manosphere and the right-wing fuck you mobile of the year. Sorry, Dodge Charger. Okay, this is a crazy, shallow way to make decisions that we all do too much. A new book by David Zweig called An Abundance of Caution about the repercussions from keeping the schools closed so long during the pandemic has garnered a lot of attention. And here's the author's takeaway line. The American Academy of Pediatrics were very strongly in favor of getting kids into schools, but as soon as Trump came out in favor of reopening, they completely reversed their position. Hey, if you find yourself suddenly hating something you loved 5 minutes ago, or vice versa, ask your doctor if ivermectin is right for you. Remember that debate during the pandemic?